Get ready for the action, because Tai Tuivasa is facing a major reckoning after a devastating run of losses in the octagon. He just apologized to the fans following his defeat to Louis Sutherland at UFC Perth, where he ended up on a brutal 7-fight losing skid. We break down what happened, the fallout, and what this means for the future of this fan favorite.
Stop using your finger for notes, sketches, and edits. This Jam Jake stylus pen gives your iPad a smoother, more precise writing feel with palm rejection so your hand can rest naturally on the screen. It charges fast, works for hours, and comes with replacement tips. Perfect for school, work, or creative projects. Check the link in the comments to grab it on Amazon.
Next up, we dive straight into the explosive results from UFC Perth. Quillan Salkilld delivered an incredible comeback performance, scoring a come-from-behind TKO victory over Beneil Dariush in the first round. Watch how Salkilld overcame early adversity to unleash a decisive flurry and secure a major win. The highlights from UFC Perth continue with Quillan Salkild's stunning performance, earning him a lightweight ranking and punching his ticket to the top 15. We look at the incredible sequence of events where Salkilld took down Dariush and finished the fight with heavy ground and pound, pushing his win streak to 5. And finally, we look at the main event drama as Jack Della Maddalena takes on Carlos Prates in a massive 5-round battle. We cover the electric atmosphere, the intense exchanges, and how Carlos Prates ultimately secured a brutal 3rd-round TKO victory, setting his sights on the UFC title. Tai Tuivasa has issued a public apology to his fanbase following a significant defeat at UFC Perth, where he suffered his 7th consecutive loss in the octagon. The pivotal moment came in the opening main card bout against Louis Sutherland. Entering the fight on a 6-fight losing streak, Tuivasa was the betting favorite, buoyed by his UFC experience and fighting in Australia. However, the performance was poor, as Sutherland controlled the fight, securing a unanimous decision victory with 3 30-26 scorecards. The decision included a point deduction in the 3rd round for an illegal knee to the head of a grounded opponent. This loss marks Tuivasa's 7th straight defeat, placing him second only to Tony Ferguson in UFC history for the longest losing streak. Industry analysts suggest that the UFC is highly likely to remove Tuivasa from the roster following this performance, as they typically do not allow fighters to remain on such an extensive losing skid. In reaction to the loss, Tuivasa posted a statement on Instagram, expressing regret and acknowledging the disappointment. He wrote, "Sorry I tried, I felt good, I put in the work, didn't get result. I feel like expletive, let my fans down again. Back to the drawing board for me. Expletive of a sport, but I will never give up, I am from WSD or NSYDNEY, you gotta put me out for me to give up. Sorry all my loyal fans, I really am, and to my team love yas." The defeat has cast serious doubt on Tuivasa's future in the UFC. Since joining the organization in 2017, he has been a fan favorite, known for his knockout power and charismatic presence. However, the cumulative record suggests his run in the octagon may be concluding. Experts point to deficiencies in his takedown defense and overall grappling as key factors. This has led to speculation that Tuivasa might pivot his career towards striking-based disciplines, such as boxing, bare-knuckle fighting, or dirty boxing. Despite his widespread global popularity, the analysis suggests that Tuivasa has not yet delivered the necessary performance to justify a spot on the UFC roster, despite receiving numerous opportunities due to his appeal. His last victory in the UFC occurred in February 2022 against Derek Lewis. UFC Perth delivered an exciting main event as Quillan Salkilld secured a dramatic comeback victory over Beneil Dariush via TKO in the 1st round. The lightweight bout, a co-main event at UFC Fight Night 275, held at RAC Arena in Perth, Western Australia, showcased Salkild's resilience against early adversity. Dariush began the 1st round aggressively, landing a hard left body kick followed by a straight left that successfully took Salkilld down. This forced Salkilld to scramble for a takedown, but Dariush managed to reverse the situation and engage actively in the grappling exchange. Salkilld ultimately managed to break free and unleashed a powerful right hand, followed by a decisive flurry that led to the stoppage. Following the fight, Salkilld addressed the press, calling out number 7 ranked lightweight Matthews Gamrot in his post-fight interview with Michael Bisping. For Dariush, the loss marks a setback, as it represents his second consecutive fight loss and the 4th loss in his last 5 bouts, all of which have ended in a stoppage. The result solidifies Salkild's impressive record as he continues to advance in the UFC lightweight division. Quillan Salkilld secured a major victory at UFC Perth Live on Paramount+, earning a lightweight ranking and punching his ticket into the top 15 of the division. Salkilld achieved the win by stopping veteran contender Beneil Dariush with a first-round TKO via punches inside the RAC Arena in Perth, Australia. The fight showcased a dynamic contest. In the opening moments of the first round, Dariush posed a threat, landing a stiff jab that briefly dropped Salkilld. However, the young Australian quickly recovered, managing to fend off multiple takedown attempts from Dariush through solid takedown defense before breaking free. Salkilld then began to assert his dominance with his striking. During a fast-paced exchange on the feet, Salkilld landed a powerful right hook that sent Dariush to the canvas. Salkilld capitalized on the momentum, following up with heavy ground and pound. After leaving Dariush face first in the cage, the referee intervened to stop the bout. This sensational performance advances Salkild's UFC win streak to 5 and positions him for a shot at a spot in the lightweight top 15. The knockout finish is highlighted as a major moment in the event. The highly anticipated welterweight main event at UFC Perth between Jack Della Maddalena and Carlos Prates concluded with a dominant victory for the Brazilian fighter. In a fiercely contested 5-round bout, Carlos Prates secured a TKO victory over Jack Della Maddalena in the 3rd round at 3-17, showcasing exceptional aggression and striking prowess. For Jack Della Maddalena, the loss marks a setback in his pursuit of a return to championship contention, following a recent title loss to Islam Makhachev that ended his winning streak. Maddalena, who entered the fight with a strong record, faced a relentless assault from Prates. Prates, meanwhile, demonstrated his formidable knockout power, securing his victory with a series of devastating kicks and brutal ground and pound, earning him a significant boost in his career. Prates, who boasts a perfect 100% knockout rate and has cashed bonuses for every win, expressed his ambition for a title shot. Following the fight, Prates celebrated with his family, emphasizing his dedication to his craft and his pursuit of the UFC title. He signaled his intentions for future matchups, looking toward a fight against the winner of the event, with aspirations of facing top contenders like Islam Makhachev and Ian Machado Gary in August. The atmosphere at UFC Perth was electric, with significant local support for Prates, including his family attending the event. The main event highlighted the high stakes involved as both fighters sought to solidify their positions in the welterweight division.